Hello, I'm Randy Harrington, and I'm here with Dr. Brigitte Piniewski. Welcome.
Hi, Randy. Thanks for having me.
It is great to have you here. We're talking about something called the campus model, and it's a vision that could fundamentally change the way we think about little things like healthcare problems, as well as the issue of tuition costs for students. In a nutshell, give me the campus model.
Well, the campus model is a cross-generational monetization alliance. What that means, Randy, is we take two generations, a young generation of students that are basically digital natives. They have no trouble navigating a digital world. And we pair them up with the generation ahead, the older folks, who, for all sorts of reasons, may be suffering with chronic diseases and would benefit from a digital environment to help navigate their management of that disease.
So by simply connecting these two generations, we're going to be able to gather data in a way that we couldn't before at all. And that's going to benefit the seniors, and it could potentially benefit the students down the road as well.
Especially because, Randy, this model is set up with the expressed intent of creating a community data commons for monetization purposes, and that monetization should be directed towards reduction of tuition fees.
Okay, so by having the data commons, we're going to have resources that other people want to buy, that they're going to pay money to go look at that data, use that data, and that's going to reduce the fees for the students.
Exactly.
Wow. So all of this is possible right now because of the availability of light instrumentation for doing health monitoring, by the availability of the internet, of mobile devices, and social networking sites. All that data is sort of already flowing. What you want to do is just focus a little bit more on healthcare.
Well, Randy, I think you've said it when you mentioned the connectivity piece of it. The ability to connect large crowds was never available to mankind previously. And so what we see, and the analogy that works best probably, is the NOAA model, the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration model, where in fact through light instrumentation of the environment, you can collect data that drives the co-occurrence insight to be able to predict future flooding and other weather trends. However, in health, we can't just sprinkle the community with sensors and expect that those sensors will pull in data. It's much more complicated, and that's why you need the student to help the senior understand how that device works, how to charge the device, and how to sync the data. And the students act as a big brother or big sister, helping a senior navigate an ever increasingly complex digital world.
Wow. And it's important that we do this soon.
Exactly.
Why is that?
Randy, we're about to lose a national treasure. Our folks that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, they are the last of the accidentally well. What we mean by that is that they achieved a level of health that isn't being experienced by our younger generations. They were born at a time when chronic diseases of aging occurred when you're aged.
Right.
And now our young folks are teaching us that if you change environments sufficiently, you can push adverse health outcomes into premature time sets that are advancing not by weeks or months, but by decades.
People much younger coming through with type 2 diabetes, for example.
Exactly.
I understand. So we want to get the data on the last of the accidentally well before they pass on. I mean, that's what we're really talking about here. And it's a huge and important resource for us to understand community health at the end of the day. So if we want to learn more about the campus model, we would direct listeners to two longer podcasts that go into a lot more detail. But for our purposes right now, you simply want to say, be interested and be a part of the solution.
Correct. It's going to take a multidisciplinary approach to get this done. We've already generated interest in a number of international campuses, and we look forward to further participation.
Excellent. It is great to speak with you, and we certainly hope our listeners will take a little more time and listen to the longer podcasts that go into a lot more detail about what the campus model is and just how it could benefit all of us.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.